Hey guys, welcome back to Amara and Khene. My name is Khene.
My name is Amara. Today we have, should I say it's very interesting video, because we're talking about our journey through the Express Entry Federal Skilled Workers Program, how we became permanent residents from the very scratch. That is getting to hear about the information, going through the process of evaluation, IELTS, the mistakes we made, and we'll be talking about it so that you don't make such mistake. Our wait period, what to avoid, what not to avoid, what to do in the process of waiting, how you can get better if your points are not high enough. We'll be discussing everything, the whole thing. So if you intend to start this journey, then you really need to watch this video.
Yeah. So first I heard about Express Entry. Okay, the first time I actually wanted to relocate to Canada, it was my friend Happy Man that actually gave me the idea of relocating to Canada, but that was true study though. Then after we got married January 2019, then my friend, in fact before that, my friend Joe told me, Joe was processing his own Express Entry PR program, so he sent it to the group where all of us belong. You know, I opened I opened it. I wasn't. There are lots of things to read, so I wasn't really interested. So I just dumped it. So it was until Joe now told me, "Bro, I'm relocating to Canada as permanent resident." I said, "He." That was when that dawned on me. I was like, "Okay, babe, it's time to start our own." So nearly we got married in January 2019. We started process, was it March?
Yeah, so after he got the information, we went deep into research mode. He got the information, I think, February. So we started making a lot of research, everything we needed to know about it. Then in March, we came to Lagos because we were based in Port Harcourt. So we came to Lagos to my school to request for transcript. Then that's where one of our wars started. You know how Nigerian schools can be. Getting transcript is like fighting major war. Anyways, we got help, and we met a lady there that assisted us. So we had to pay for transcript. Since it's a polytechnic, we paid for transcript for ND and HND. Then we had to pay for courier fees too. I think they used DHL or UPS, I'm not certain.
You forgot WAEC.
Yeah, aside that period was West was also requesting for WAEC. So no, they don't.
They don't request for WAEC if you want to do evaluation.
You have to pay for WAEC too. So we paid for that, and they also sent our transcript after registering with West and getting a reference number. So we included the reference number and certificate, and they sent to West. That was like the first step that we did. Then after that, we registered for our first IELTS. Now, our first mistake. Do you want to talk about that?
So we registered for IELTS, and we didn't really prepare. So we felt it was just, English test. Shebi is just listening, reading, writing, and speaking. We just go and sit down, face, like it was just, first it was just a normal test. Don't be scared, it's actually a normal test, but then you just had to prepare, which we did not. So registered, that was in Port Harcourt, yeah. So registered, and then on the day of the exam hall, knowing fully
well, this man paid like, it was like 62 or 64K back then. I was supposed to be prepared. He was looking at me, feeling like I was the most important person in that exam for the exam, that he wasn't so important. So his attention was on me instead of focusing on his exam. So anyways, to cut the long story short, we didn't get the required band.
The band we wanted. Especially from our end.
So we didn't. That made us have to write the second time. Now don't forget, our West was still running. Why would I have written that?
It's not our. It's your own self.
Okay, yeah.
It's your own. Because she was the only one that sent her.
Yes, I was the only one that sent.
I felt I don't need it.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't really blame him because at that time,
yeah,
the CRS score were
just,
like,
you know, just around 450.
Yeah, around 450.
When we started, the CRS score was, you know, hovering around 450, 451.
Yeah.
So we felt okay after doing our calculations, checking our CRS scores.
We had like 456.
Yes. So we felt okay. There was no need for me to write. Sorry, there was no need for me to evaluate my own degree. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. I'm not going to, you know, spend money doing that. I did not know it was.
Anyways, yes. So my West was still running that period. So we had written our IELTS. IELTS takes 13 days to come out if it is paper-based, and we had written paper-based. That period, after West confirms your documents, they send it back to your school for verification.
Sunday verification, yeah.
And that's where our woes began. Don't forget, we don't stay in Lagos, and I schooled in Lagos.
Yeah.
And we stay in Port Harcourt. So we needed someone to go to Yabatech to help us tell them to verify
and then send back to
West.
Yeah.
We sent like the whole world to Yabatech. Yabatech always had excuse. It's either
the person in charge is not on seat.
There is no light.
Man,
there was so many excuses.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. I think it was. We now got Sarah.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got a friend.
Someone
from my church back in school. Sarah. So Sarah was the one doing all the work for us. Thank God, because if not, we would have just packed our things to Lagos to go and start settling our tech issue. So Sarah was the one doing all the work, and finally, after more than a month, it was more than a month, almost 2 months.
It was.
Finally, Yabatech was able to verify. The funny thing, verification can actually be done via email.
But Nigerian school, we still use analog.
So they had to verify, and still, I had to pay for another courier. They still sent via courier to West. So we got that out. West, the whole West thing came out. Like 35 days. It's supposed to be
35 days, but you know the delays from school.
Yeah.
Your school is going to delay sending your transcript and certificate. That's right from day one. They're also going to delay the secondary verification. So you need to put all those into consideration. But normally, West takes 35 working days.
Immediately after verification. Yeah. So it doesn't take time. So the delays was actually from the school. So our first advice is 1, don't sleep. Pursue that school.
I'm telling you, if you unless you're, I think UNN, I don't know, UNN, they have a way of doing that. I think those are school in UNN. I've had one person saying it that the only is faster, everything is online. I don't know about every other school, but please, if your school is not conversant with, you know, sending transcripts online and once they send your transcripts and you confirm that West has sent back for secondary verification, please be on your school.
Yes.
If you miss going to your school, go. If you want to send somebody, please do that so that
please follow them up. Don't relax and say, okay, they've
your school will send. They will say no. Please just
look for someone's contacts that you would be in touch with that's in school then.
Yes.
And ensure you follow them up. So that was like first advice. The second advice is for IELTS.
IELTS, yes.
Our first IELTS. Please do prepare for it. It's not difficult. You just need to familiarize yourself with the models, how it works. You know, there are strategies. Develop your own strategies towards that. So let's not go deep into IELTS. If you want to talk to I talk about IELTS, I'm available.
Well, and then we also have IELTS videos on this our channel because she's actually an.
No, I'm not.
but we have IELTS videos on this our YouTube channel, so they will really help you. So you might just want to go check it out.
Yes, you just check them out there. Okay, so
our second IELTS.
Now we've already verified with West.
Yes.
That has been done, and we're waiting for reports to come out. We started preparing for the second IELTS. Now this is where we went into preparation mode. Like I had to prepare for IELTS for like 2 months straight. This young man here was on my neck. We had spent like 120-something thousand in the first IELTS.
See, you not blame me. The truth is, I knew, she's the primary applicant. You get, so I needed her to max. When I mean max, get all required score. You get, so I was, I know she's the one, but then, what can I do, to help her? I push her.
He was on my neck. Please, advice number 3. In as much as the pressure was too much, my advice for you is to get like someone that will motivate you to prepare well for that exam. It actually helps. Someone that you report to at the end of the day and say, okay, this is what I scored in this module, this is what I scored, these were my mistakes, this is what I realized I did wrong. When you have a motivator towards this this exam, you see yourself doing well. So yes, it was really hard on me, but it helped me. I was learning, you know. At first we met Zubi. That's where Zubi comes in.
Yeah.
So,
Hi Zubi.
hi Zubi, yes. So Zubi was helping me mark my writing, my IELTS writing, because that was like where I had issues in, you know. So she was helping me mark, but I came across this material. I think IELTS made easy, and I studied this material like back to back. And I just woke up one day and I told my husband, like, I can write IELTS now. And they all thought, I even told Zubi, like, and they all thought, okay, let's see. So I studied that. The other material was just for writing. I studied it like every single day. Then I was doing IELTS listening every day, practicing. In fact, I searched the whole of Google for materials, because IELTS Cambridge was no longer enough for me.
Wasn't enough at all.
So I needed to practice more, and I started practicing with difficult questions that normally IELTS won't set such difficult questions. But because I want to, in case I come across something that is so hard, I'd already prepared myself for it, so it won't be hard to me anymore. So yeah, that's how I prepared for it. And finally, the day of the exam came, and I was the only one writing.
Yes, because I know
I didn't write. Yes. So I finally got into that exam hall. I sat down, and when IELTS came, okay, I
was outside waiting for her.
Yes, he was outside. Listening came, and honestly, some of the questions I didn't hear them. Now this is my next advice: guess. Please guess.
If
you are allowed
to
guess. If you don't hear, because I just guessed a lot, not a lot, like about 2 or 3 questions. I didn't really, I got lost in the process, so I just guessed the answers. For listening, for reading, I was prepared for that. For speaking was some other day. Then writing finally came, and there was this method I saw in IELTS made easy. I just followed that method. And I wrote I came out. I told my husband, I used another method though, and he was looking at me like, hey, this girl has wasted another money. Oh my God. And okay, so I traveled to Lagos.
Yes, you were
before the result came out. I came to Lagos to stay with my sister, and that morning, because the result usually comes
as early after 6.
Yeah.
She called me. Immediately I got the call. I need to see where she screamed. I made it. I was so happy.
I was so excited, like, honestly.
I was happy. She marks the IELTS. I said, But then, guess what? Our first, when your evaluation came out, okay, we created profile, special profile, and then
it was after the second IELTS.
Okay, after the second IELTS, that was when we created a special profile.
Yeah.
And the way we calculated it, okay, she has marked, so our point should be on forward. The first one was 456.
Okay, so I think what happened was so after my second IELTS came out, I can remember August 30th. Our my report, evaluation report came out September 16th.
Okay.
So we opened our first profile September 17th.
Yes, it's true.
Then
2019.
2019, yes, it's such a long time. Then our score was 456.
Yeah.
Now my husband hadn't done, this man here hadn't done his WES, because he was so certain 456 would get all that thing.
I'm telling you.
And I don't blame him. The next draw they did was like
458.
I think so, or 459, thereabout. 459. So we're hopeful that it will drop. They did the second draw. It was like 462. Ha!
I don't have a choice. I still did not do that. What they call it?
evaluation. So we decided to go for.
I said I must write. Let me go and write another IELTS.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to write IELTS. It was not paper, computer based.
Yes,
in
computer
Lagos,
based.
because I was in Lagos then. I said, okay, fine. Let me go and write IELTS computer based.
Without preparing well again.
Well, I felt I knew how to type very well, so I should be fast and So on the exam hall, I did my best though. So after when the result came out, when the result came out, I only got extra 2 points added to the so in fact the second IELTS was just 2 points better than the previous one. I was so devastated. I was like, what nonsense is this? It wasn't
so
funny.
Our CRS score moved from
456 to 458.
Yeah.
And I said no, I'll write again. Did I? Yes, I wrote another one.
Yeah,
the third one. And I wrote the third one. So CRS score the draw was still hovering around 462. So if I should write and get 8 in listening and then the rest 7, that should get us to that 462.
Yeah, and that was where CRS was currently at.
My brothers and my sisters. That was how I went inside the exam hall again. I wrote. I kept my listening was 8. Every other one was 7 apart from writing. My wife knows writing very well. She tried teaching me.
She wasn't even willing to learn. Like, you didn't even want to learn writing. You just
then,
okay, in 2019, the thing was, writing was a thorn in people's flesh.
I'm telling you.
IELTS writing in 2019. Like, there
you
was so many IELTS.
But you see that writing, they'll give you 6.5.
Oh, even 6. Like,
so I got 6.5, and then when I checked our score again, it was 4.
Okay, so if you had I think if you had gotten 6777, it would have been 464.
Yes, but our point was only able to get us to 462.
Yes, after
guess what? The next draw 465 was as if they pursued them. They declined. So I was at that point. I knew that even Zubi was telling me, "Can I go and do your go and evaluate your own degree? Go and do it so that you guys point." But I felt I was that confident that I was caught without. Don't blame me. That amount of money between. I don't know how much you spent on.
Not just money, time too.
The time it will also take. So last time I said, okay, I schooled in IMT. I said, okay, let me go to IMT. Because this is not even a matter of calling someone. Okay, I called a friend that gave me a number of someone to call. I called the man. I said, if I don't go to this Enugu, my own might take as the time my wife's own took. So I said, let me go to Enugu. I went straight to Enugu. And I went to Enugu like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I think we started your works in November
2019. Yes. So another thing that made the scores to go high was, that year was Canada's election year.
Yes.
September.
True.
You get. So everybody felt maybe the Liberal government, they will not win, and if they don't win, the Conservative government that will win might not stop express entry, stuff like. So there was a lot of permutation that period. So everybody was just joining the pool, with as many scores as possible. So and the draw went as high as very high. So I didn't have a choice. So eventually I went to school. They sent my transcript after I paid for. The man that was helping me, I said every day I will send this man so amount of money. Next I will send again. I spent. My is at the end of the day they sent my transcript. When they sent it, after I think 2 weeks or so, they sent the verification back. I had to go again because calling them wasn't helping, so I had to go again, and then that's what. In fact, IMT. Now me use my hand enter the storage room. I was in the storage room to go and look for my own not transcript. My what did I do for? Was it not transcript? No, I can't remember. But I was the person that went inside. If you need to see how scattered that place was, IMT change. But then finally we got the verification. They sent the verification to West, and then November, December, January, February. In fact, before they even sent it, was it not January they sent it? Yes, because while we were doing it, they closed. So I think it was in January that they finally sent the verification also to West Canada, and then in March 3rd, because me and my wife, that's how we always calculating. The next draw will be so time. So if you can get the last draw was 467.
469.
Okay, 469.
Yeah.
And we felt okay after my verification it will get to 469, Abby.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it's either it stays at that 469 or it comes down to 467. That was our distance, our permutation. So we now said okay. So my worst results reports came out on the 3rd of March 2020.
Yeah.
The next day was draw.
Which was 4th of March.
4th of March. Do you know how these people did not do 469? They did 470. Is it 472?
Okay, so
I wanted to die.
this is like one of the parts I don't like. But before I proceed, I would also want to give you the next advice.
Yeah.
As a couple,
Please.
both of you need each other.
Yes.
Don't say because she's the primary applicant or
Applicant.
he's the primary applicant, let's just use your degree alone.
Yeah.
Or I will not write IELTS. That's our mistake.
Please.
If both of us had evaluated our degrees at the initial stage,
We have been in Canada 30.
a long time ago.
Yes.
So as you're starting off this journey, both of you would need to write IELTS. Both of you will need to evaluate your degrees.
Yeah. Especially for those going through express entry,
Yes.
federal skilled worker program or provincial nomination program.
Yes.
You get not for AIPO. You get so please, both of you should evaluate, write IELTS. Unless your husband or unless your spouse does not have anything, maybe just work, all those things, then fine. But if the person has even the least OND, please evaluate it. It will get you more points.
See, in this journey, 1 point
Matters a lot.
makes a lot.
It matters a lot because
1 point.
draw was 469. Sorry, draw was 470. We were in 469. So that's how we waited. COVID now came. Hey.
So, let me tell you about one of the dreaded days of my life in 2020. March the 4th. My birth month. It's sad, really, really sad because I had permutated, done all the permutations, and like, okay, we're going to get ITA, invitation to apply, March 4th, because they had done draw prior to that, and it was 470.
Yeah.
Yes, 470. So, and normally, what happens during this express entry draw is points do come down.
Yes.
From 470 to 469 to 468, it comes down. It is when a lot of people joins the pool that it comes up.
And we've checked the number of people after the last draw. We calculated the number of people within the range of 470.
Yeah.
That you get.
Yeah.
So we had
this
so
confidence that March 4th will come with my
ITA.
ITA. You know, when the devil wants to work. Oh God. Normally, draw results comes out between 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m.
Yes.
Nigerian time. So 1, I was waiting. 3, we were waiting. 5, nothing. 7, nothing. 8, nothing.
It's like they will not do draw again. No?
So we felt okay, draw will not happen. Anyways, maybe tomorrow it will happen, because at times if it doesn't happen on a Wednesday, they move it to Thursday or on a Monday.
Monday, yes.
Yeah. So we're waiting 9 o'clock. I decided to refresh. I'm very sure that page must have cried because I kept refreshing, and it was 471.
469, 471. Man, it was horrible.
I was sad.
It was horrible.
Why? It didn't reduce. It didn't even stay put in 470.
470.
It increased.
It increased to 471.
I was really, really sad, So we decided to, okay, let's start trying to increase our score. Then COVID happened.
So throughout, I think the last draw they now did was either after that 4th of March. I'm not sure they did any other one.
I'm not sure because they started doing March 18th. Anything.
Yes, it's true. It's true. So that's how we waited though. COVID now came and wanted to take almost the whole of 2020. But it took almost the whole of 2020 because many people lost their lives.
People were not even doing IELTS so much.
People are not longer doing IELTS, People, even evaluation bodies in Canada, we're no longer receiving documents. Even if you receive documents, it will take like 6 months before they even listen to you. So now I think we started draw again. Was it July?
July, yes. But
July.
The score was like
the draw was
478.
478 then. So we are still far. Like, what can we even do? We need to start learning French because our only option was learn French
Right,
yeah.
Had 2 more points.
Okay, yes, she still had 2 more points to get. And I still had another two more points to get. So if you add, that's like 4. So if you add it up, it will be like 473.
Yes, 473.
You get, so, but then John was still 478. The first one 478. Next one I think was the same 478.
3 more points to get.
So it was really tiring. But then what they do, the thing was now coming down gradually.
Yeah, they were doing one express and one FSW draw,
yes.
One CEC
draw, yes.
So they did 478 July.
Yeah.
They did another CEC. Then the next FSW they did was 476. They did CEC. Then the next one was 472. Then they started focusing on
FSW. So I was when I saw the point dropping down, I said, well, if he gets to us this year, fine. So that was how till November we would not get anything. Inside that November, I was driving one day. This is Zubi. I was driving. I didn't we lost. Okay, no, I think we thought a draw would happen.
Okay, yeah, we thought a draw would happen November. There was a draw November 18th. So we thought there would be a back-to-back draw on a Monday, which is November 23.
Yes.
Because towards the end of the year, RCC has.
They usually do
when we say back-to-back, it means normally draws are every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yes.
But if there's a back-to-back draw, it will be a week difference. They might do this Wednesday, the next Wednesday they will do instead of the upper one. So we're expecting that since it was towards the end of the year. So that Monday, November 23, that was when we're expecting it.
Okay, let us see. That's how they not do it though. Tuesday, Wednesday I went to work. As I was coming back, Zubi called me. I was driving. I wasn't even supposed to answer call. So I was driving back. Zubi now called me. Ha, Khene, have you checked? Khene, you guys have gotten ITA now? I said ITA, how now? Did they do any draw? I said, yes, now check. They did draw 469. Hey!